Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Banished. Let's begin again, shall we? I'm really glad I didn't do what my first instinct was a couple of days ago and just completely restart this town, because it's kind of bustling. It's got a little bit of bustle and hustle going on here. Bustle, hustle, and the occasional tussle when firewood gets low, but you know, I've been watching, and not really talking about it, but watching like the equilibrium point between the logs and the firewood, and it seems pretty good. Our logs have gone down a little bit, or typically at least, our supply of logs has gone down a little bit as I've been, you know, designating some of it for export here, but I think that's okay. We can probably afford to export a little bit more food. Iron and tools, though, continue to be our major focuses. So, again, we're at about 115 population. Here comes a vendor, and this could be an extremely useful vendor. Schoolhouse has 15 students. Please tell me some of those children... Oh, what'd you die of? Died during childbirth. We lost a gatherer, that's not a big deal, but losing another worker always hurts when it's not really giving us many workers now as a result of this being the first generation that actually had a school. So you have ale, coal, corn seeds, pepper seeds, venison, pecans, ale. Ale costs 8. We have no stored ale. Ale would improve the happiness of our citizens. And we have more than enough food. So here's what I'm thinking. They've got, I probably won't buy seeds just because it's unlikely we're going to make another farm soon. But I think it would be cool to trade, like, maybe our 333 peppers for 333 pecans. And in pecans, whatever. And in doing so, that means that, you know, we'll get a little bit more diversity of food. Get some more nutrients. That's a good thing, right? I have no idea what coal is used for. So maybe I'll stay away from that for now and research it later. And then maybe that'll be better. And I think we'll trade maybe... how much... Well, let's see. To buy 66 barrels of ale will be an additional 528 units, which we can totally do. If we put like another 166 venison on here... okay, and then we need to do another 10. So 176 units of venison. That's perfect. So now we get 66 barrels of ale. And we still have about 2/3 of our venison. So that'll be about 1,000 value. And 800. So we have about 1,800 left. Which means we could buy... I don't know what you do with coal. So maybe, okay, if we buy 50 coal, that's 300. Like, that'll take us to, like, 1161, right? Yeah. So let's trade 300 worth of firewood, which is roughly, like, 76 or something like that. You are overpaying by 4 units. 75. I was pretty close with my math. Gosh darn it. I should have been able to do that math way more easily. 75 times 4. So what are we getting here? We're trading peppers for pecans at a 1-to-1 ratio to improve our food diversity. I think that's pretty smart. We have a bunch of ale coming in for venison, and then we're giving firewood for coal. Sure. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to use this coal, but I think this is maybe the first trade we've had in a long time that has actually made economic sense for our town. That being said, I should take a look here, because I still have it set to take in, what, like 500 firewood? Or only 200 firewood. Let's keep it at 200 firewood. We should be okay with that. That was a good trade. I'm happy with that trade. Now, we are entering the summer soon. This is a good time for our population. We actually did have some, like, a student came of age. Thank bloody Christ. And again, thank God we bought that ale. Hopefully we can actually hit 5 stars of happiness. I doubt it'll happen, but it might happen. And, yeah, we had a worker. 2 workers now have come of age. Oh, sweet, gentle Jesus. Okay, so one of those becomes a minor again. And now, hopefully, we will have, like, a pretty good equilibrium of people going into the school and, you know, children going into the school and adults coming out. So we don't have to deal with, like, that bottleneck of population again. Why are we missing a tree in the middle of this orchard? That freaks me out a little bit. We had another population member die of old age, I think. And we're going to need a new cemetery pretty soon, which is not something I delight in saying. We're out of laborers again. What's our I wish there was a way to look at, like, the general demographics of my population. Instead of just like clicking on each individual house. You know, to be honest with you, we probably need to build a couple more houses to make sure that our population growth continues. And I don't relish this because we were in kind of a dangerous spot. And that's okay. Is there any convenient location over here where I can make sure that people will continue to survive and thrive? No, it looks like we're going to have to build it in you know, Scumtopia 2.0. Or, sorry, the Lion's Den 2.0. Didn't mean to conjure any bad mental imagery there. I don't know why my mouse pointer is so weird. There we go. So we only have one builder. These houses will take a while to build, but that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. What's our production limit on firewood again? 700. Seems pretty reasonable. I'm very pleased with the way this town is going, with a few exceptions. I think, again, that bottleneck caused by the school will hopefully work itself out pretty soon. And then we'll be good to go. But our food production is fantastic. Population is staying, you know, growing at a rate that is manageable. The only real problem that's really bothering me is the iron production here. Which is, the iron itself is meaningless to me. You know, you can't eat iron, but the tools that we generate from that iron is very important. Are very important, I guess I should say. I'm just looking at our inventory here. I know it's late summer, so I probably shouldn't be playing dangerous gambles with firewood. But I think we can afford to go up to 300 firewood now and start trading this away. Because, like, our foresters' lodges, we're not cutting down trees anymore. We rarely have laborers. But our foresters' lodges are generating exactly as many logs as we need to produce enough firewood to keep everybody warm in the winter. So, actually, not even exactly enough. They're producing a slight surplus. So if we can, like, export that surplus to other people, then that'll improve our ability to get resources that we're not very good at gathering. Iron, in particular, has been very, very poor. 115 iron a year. What's our mine looking like anyway? We're almost below half. A little scary. 17 tools in storage. Those can be gone super quickly, so that's what worries me about that. So I actually am just putting, we've had a couple of population members come of age where they can become workers, so I've just been constantly like pushing them into the mines where hopefully they can produce enough iron for our blacksmiths to keep working. I don't think there's like a supply chain problem because like blacksmiths are working as hard as they can. They never say that they don't have resources, and our tools are constantly staying at around like 10 to 20, sometimes a little bit lower. And our iron's constantly staying around like 10 to 20, sometimes lower, as you can see right there. But I think that's indicative of us like working like a fairly well-oiled machine. We might just need more miners and more blacksmiths to make sure that this works out. Or we might not need more blacksmiths, but we definitely need more miners. This is actually looking kind of nice now. A little bit of iron while having a decent amount of stored tools is where I want to be. But I guess I'm already there. I thought that person was on a motorcycle, seriously, but I think they're just using a wheelbarrow. Low on iron, low on iron. Those things are all okay by me. We're accustomed to that at this point. Okay, so it's late autumn. Firewood's a little low. That's a little scary, but I think we'll be fine. We can always pull from the trading post if we want to. But, you know, I'd rather just have all three of our woodcutters working relatively strongly here. And, again, keep everybody busy, keep everybody productive. It's good for the business. And what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and there are some good geese getting done here. You know what? Honestly, I hate to do it, but I think we need another couple of houses. Providing for our population, again, I can't stress enough, has not been an issue, except for tools. Providing for them from a tool standpoint has been a problem. But otherwise, it's been totally fine. So early winter's approaching. This market is packed full of venison. This market not doing so well from a food production standpoint. Oh, wait, now it just got a huge shipment. That's okay. Why is this storage barn, like, this doesn't even need to exist. Just take your iron tools into the market instead. Sometimes I do wish I could just tell people what to do in this game. We're approaching 120 population. Again, a slight increase from where we were at when we started the video at about 115. Things keep growing here, and we haven't really faced that much adversity in recent memory. Mind you, one tornado will ruin my life forever and ever. But for now, I'm content to build more houses. Again, I can't stress enough that hopefully this school, it's at its production limit. That doesn't really make any sense, but let's keep it at one school for now. So we can have some unskilled laborers, and I don't mean that derisively, come out and they can work and be like a cheap source of labor for us, but we'll also have productive workers come out as well. And I think we'll be able to see if they're educated or uneducated. But again, you know, it takes a very diverse population set to make a town like this work. 27 and 21 is a little bit too old to be moving in this game. Again, I like to keep them pretty young, so that they're making babies at a relatively quick rate, and we don't end up with the same situation that we had earlier, where everybody is dying despite us not getting any more workers. So, I'm actually, for the first time in a long time, fairly okay with the way our iron and tool setup is going here. But first things first, let's get this wooden house complete and see what kind of population moves in here. Okay, I'm just noticing, we're really low on firewood. I wasn't paying attention to the season, though, but it's early spring. So I guess being low on firewood in early spring is kind of understandable. Oh, we just had 4 or 3 students exit the school, or, you know, exit childhood, depending on whether or not they were students. They must have been students, though. Let's have... Again, I realize I'm harping heavily on the mine here, but let's have 2 of them go to work in the mine. And then we still have 2 laborers left. Where would I like to put these laborers? How many chickens are you producing? 234 eggs, 64 chickens. 192 eggs, 52 chickens. How much do eggs sell for in our vendor? Eggs sell... I guess we'll find out. Let's put 20 eggs over here. And we'll wait and see for just a little bit. Oh, another vendor's approaching. We'll wait and see. Because if eggs sell for a lot, then I could start becoming an egg exporter as well. So you have coal and hide coats. But he only wants my firewood. How much would 25 hide coats be? 375. So we need to give like 75 firewood plus another 17. Like 92 firewood, is that correct? Okay, I was off by 2. 94 firewood. So that's... I think that's an acceptable trade. Do we have stored coal? We have been using coal. I don't know what we're using coal for, but our town seems to be using it, so I'm going to buy some more. That'll be another 900. 6 times 150 is another 900, yeah. Let's see. If I give them all of my firewood, can we do this? 1,200. No, I'm going to have to take off about 75 worth, like 137. Yeah, that was perfect. Okay, we're losing all of our firewood to make this happen. I'm not thrilled about that, but we need what they got. So let's just make sure we're going to our inventory here. And for now, we're going to take our desired count of firewood down to 0 and make sure that we're using, or make sure that we have enough for our townspeople to sustain themselves, you know? And we are starting to not have such a good yield here, I think. Oh, no, it's just building up right now. But we do seem to be losing trees on an annual basis. But there's no other seeds that I can replace them with. I think this is something that Banished strives for, is that the more you plant the same crop, the less effective or less efficient it'll be. At least with orchards, it seems to be working out that way. Oh, who died? Sharentz, the miner, was killed by a cave-in. That's acceptable. Well, okay, I'm sorry, Sharentz. It's not acceptable, but... oh, we still have our mines at full capacity right now. I'm okay with 20 miners. Did we actually... We reached the production limit for clothes, which is actually nice for once, so we can take a couple of years for maybe leather stockpiles to replenish. And dare I say that this town is actually being run kind of properly. A little bit low on food now, don't get me wrong. Might be a good time to reassign some gatherers. I know I took gatherers from somewhere around here. This is our productive gathering hut, right? Yeah, that gathering hut does exceptionally well. Let's put one more gatherer here. Oh, they went somewhere else because the way that this game handles menus is sometimes bunged up sometimes. But you know what? This is another fine gatherer's hut. This one is also great. I don't know where... I don't want them to be at this one up here, though. You can be at 2 of 2. I don't really care. I think this is fine. We have 12 gatherers, though. We got 2 there. That's fine. 2 there, so that's 4. That's 3. So that's 7 total. That's another 3, so that's 10. And then there's 3 up here. That's hunting. There's 2 up here, so that's 12. No, that math adds up. Okay. Sure, that's fine. Our food production is just getting a little bit low. That's what I'm looking at. So I don't think it's... Oh, we got another laborer, too. I'm going to put them on the... on this gatherer's hut down here that has been so good to us. Hopefully this will actually work. Hey, fantastic. And having 1 laborer, I think, is an okay idea. I just want to make sure that our food supplies stay good. We have shipped a lot of it away in recent memory. And our population now closing in on 130 without having accepted nomads. What is just resting on the ground here? There's a stockpile so close to you. Where do you take this to? You take it to the market? Alright, I guess you can leave it on the ground if you're going to take it to the market like 2 seconds later. That's okay. 0 laborers scares me a little bit, but check this out. 25 tools and a decent amount of iron. Finally... Oh, we have no worker for this woodcutter anymore. That is actually really scary. We'll take away 1 miner from our 20 and make sure that we have someone that is working that firewood location. The previous worker must have died of old age. But we need to make sure that our firewood's good because, again, it's a very efficient export for us if people want to buy it. And we also don't want our population to freeze to death, you know, if possible. And I think I can afford to put one more miner and take our laborer away. Because I don't know if laborers are actually doing anything for me now. Admittedly, they might be, but I don't know if they are. We might want to actually invest in some seeds next so we can actually rotate these plants. I don't really mind not being able to rotate peppers as long as they continue to produce near 100% of their yield. They've been at 700 and 600 for a long time. But our orchard is not doing as well, I think. It was producing 550 for a while. Now it's down to 533. That's not great. It's not great that we're losing population, obviously. And we do need to build another cemetery. I don't have a very convenient location for it, but it's necessary to keep the happiness of our citizens high, so we should get that done. That is here. Costs 1 iron per unit of length, or 1 stone per unit of length. You'd think it would be stone. Can't put it down the way I want to put it down. But what about if we put it like over here? This will be Cemetery Alley, I guess. The cemetery is too small. What is that? I don't even understand what you mean. The cemetery is too small. There you go. That's a great location for it. Just behind all of these houses, those people are going to love their dwindling property values. But hey, we have a builder, so that should get done. And it's not like we're building anything else right now. Okay, food. Food is an issue. Food is an issue here. What do we have? We have 500 venison. Let's take that down to 400. And let's take our peppers down to 233. Because previously we had about 2,000 food, and that is not looking as good right now. Now, mind you, we should have another 1,300 peppers coming in right away, assuming that the yield doesn't dwindle. It is late summer, so the harvest is coming soon. A little scary, but I hope we're going to be fine. And we're closing in on 150 population, actually, which is a little crazy to me. I had never thought we would actually reach that. I never thought we would get over 50 at some points. And good, firewood production is holding steady here. I know it's early autumn, and I probably shouldn't give some away, but I can afford to put, I think, another 100 or so firewood into our trading post, just for when the merchant comes in the spring. Hopefully we'll have a little bit of surplus. Now, we do have an extra laborer. Could maybe afford to get another pasture going. Obviously, food production is something that I'm paying very close attention to, especially as it's gone down just a little bit, or our stores have gone down just a little bit anyway. And we're kind of running out of good real estate, but I can afford to chop down some trees. This town's looking quite nice in the autumn here. I can afford to chop down some trees. I hate to say it, but I can afford to cut maybe this area over here and build another pasture, but I'd prefer to keep it closer to town. Like maybe cut this, that's not going to be big enough. I should have put this pasture like closer to the water, and then I could have fit a second one here. I really don't relish the idea of putting it right next to the mines. But with 2 laborers, you know what? I hate to do this. Actually, no, I don't, because this is not an area that's really being used for us anyway. So why don't you just harvest the trees from this area? We don't really need logs, but if I'm going to have a laborer, might as well have them doing something. And iron seems fine. Tools are okay. Maybe we actually are reaching a bottleneck where our blacksmiths are not adequate enough to actually get this done. Or to get enough tools produced, in which case we'll need to build another blacksmith. But so be it. Alright, so trees are going to get chopped. Cemetery is going to get built. It did take stone instead of iron, which is a huge relief to me. And I think this has been like like 5 videos of some relatively sound choices for once. I feel like it's actually turned out fairly... You have no worker? Okay, that's got to change. We'll take away one of our miners to work in the farm. There we go. Yeah, like 2 videos of some relatively sound choices. And I'm basically overjoyed at that, because it looked for a while like I would never be able to actually get off the ground in this game. But things have changed, and I'm very pleased to be in a position where at least our town is bustling a little bit. I still am in no position to invite nomads, but that's okay. We have 16 students, which is not quite capacity. 19 children. Oh, now 17 students, 19 children. Cemetery's nearly built. That's just future-proofing, basically. I still would love it if we could have maybe a population that became adults a little bit faster. I'm okay with having 2 laborers for now, just to chop down all these trees, because this is where we are going to put another pasture soon. And notice that it's winter. Firewood's doing fine. Food's probably okay, but a little bit less, you know, guaranteed than it used to be. Oh, a merchant's here in the winter. Okay. What do you got for me? Cattle. You know what? Oh, but he only takes firewood. I have all this other beautiful stuff here, and you're only going to take firewood? How else can I see what he wants? I can't afford to give you firewood right now, man. There's nothing else. Like, I can afford to give you some coal. I don't know how much coal is worth to you. I need 2 cattle, though. It's probably cost prohibitive. I'm a little mad about this, because I would have loved to have gotten some cattle, but whatever. Dismissed. And we're going to build another pasture down here. We can afford to have another person working as a farmer, I would say. So, again, extra egg production would be awesome. Maybe we export them. Maybe we actually eat them for ourselves. Let's get to work on this, because it only takes wood, I think. So, food production, pasture, and we want it to be, you know, as big as is necessary, or as big as it can be. This seems pretty good to me. What do we need? 68 logs. All right, why don't you just check your mom's toilet? I'm sorry, that was gross. We have 1 builder, 1 laborer. It's going to take 1 builder a long time to do this. But there's stuff that needs to be removed, so maybe keeping laborers is an okay idea as well. That's the police coming to arrest me for making that terrible joke about your mother. I'm sorry, officer, it'll never happen again. Just kidding, it'll probably happen a lot more. All right, so we're exiting winter and things have been fine. Our population still going strong here. Running out of tools, but not... Oh, now we are sort of running out of tools. It's been okay. I don't know if there's any other way to put that. We probably need to build another blacksmith soon. And we are approaching the point where maybe if we're pulling 10% out of our mine every year, approaching the point where we need to finish up the second mine. But I don't quite know yet if that's a prudent choice for us. Okay, food production's getting back to a reasonable level. Food storage, I should say. Production's been fairly consistent, I guess. So which pasture are we going to split? I guess we're going to split the larger pasture, because then this one will start a little bit closer to maximum capacity. And one of our builders, actually, yeah, one of our builders will then become a farmer. Oh, sorry, a herdsman here. And, you know, I'd love to diversify and have multiple kinds of meat, but... chickens are readily available. What happened? The hunter was trampled by a wild boar. That sucks. Firewood's low, but I'm not concerned about that just yet. We can always deal with that as it gets a little bit later. Oh my god, living on a major street. This pasture can hold 53 chickens. This may solve like all of our food production. So if we split the chickens, they should just walk across our town here, because they're very you know, nice chickens. They understand that they're helping us out for the greater good here. And they're going to walk over here. I don't need 2 people. Oh, there's only 1 working on this pasture. But there's nobody working on this pasture. This is what we needed. We need 1 more person to do that. So we only need 1 builder for now. We probably don't need any builders for now. But we do need 3 farmers. You should still be working. Reserve of tools is low. We can make do. You should be working. You should be working. Where... are you? Where's the worker? We have 3 herdsmen. Oh, do I have 2 working on one of these? Oh, I'm an idiot. You know what? Let's take... I don't like doing this, but let's take 1 miner away. And we actually will have 2 people work on this pasture. And the reason is it's larger, so I want to make sure that they're actually able to harvest all the goods. And with our 1 builder, why don't we give them something to do for this season? And, you know, you can build a road that connects the livestock to the market here. So I'm relying on this to be a real cash crop, basically. Not just for exports, but for feeding our people as well, but also largely for cash crops. Why are you taking your resources all the way over to this stockpile? What do you have? And then you're taking that stockpile back to the market? I need to follow your path here. So what is he? Or what is she? Ninefer. Her job is a vendor? Oh, okay, so that's what you're supposed to be doing. Never mind. For once, I'm not mad at the inefficiency. And again, I'm really eagerly awaiting the arrival of another vendor, because I think we're actually at the point where we can become a bit of an exporting town, which is super nice. And especially next season, or in a couple of seasons, when these pastures are all running at full efficiency, that is going to be a sight to behold, I think. I think we're going to be in a really nice position with respect to that. But maybe when we approach the autumn here, I will stop this episode, and it's been another relatively productive one. By my standards, I think. How's the cemetery doing? Almost full. We'll probably be full in the next episode, and then we've got another 50 graves here, but that's not going to last that long. That sounded really scary, but that's not what I meant. So we can buy some food here, and we'll buy some seeds as well. He'll accept everything, which is great. So I think we should get, our number one priority should be to get seeds that grow in an orchard. And I think apple seeds are the only seeds that grow in an orchard. So we need to put 2,500 units on the table here. Eggs are only worth 20. Eggs are only worth 2, which is less than I thought. If we give him 100 firewood, what does that take us to? 400. And then we give him 400 times 3 worth of venison. Peppers and eggs is not going to be quite enough. So even though it's summer and this scares me a little bit, I think it's okay if we toss in like another 160 firewood. And maybe... I don't know what else, but it seems like it'll take anything. But this is going to be useful for our orchards. We're almost out of coal. You know what? Let's we can throw in like 10 coats too. So this is going to be the last thing that we're going to accomplish over this episode. Hopefully the trader is going to actually get the stuff down here, and we're basically going to need to offer everything, I think, in order to get these apple seeds. But it will be very effective in making sure that we're actually producing as much food as we possibly can from our orchard again. Because, as you can see, it's been dwindling. Last season, it only produced 193 chestnuts. We could have just not worked it for a season as well, but I'd rather just rotate the crops whenever possible. Please tell me this trader is doing a quicker job than this. It's not like he's going to get... Like, they're going to dismiss the trader anytime soon. They're going to give us a little while here, but still. No hide coats in here yet. We only have 126 firewood. I think we only had 100 before, so that's smart, I guess. Just let it go for a second. It's okay. Many of you are now singing Frozen soundtrack inside of your head. Really, really bad yield season for this. You know what? Don't work it. Cut down all the trees in this orchard. Is that what cut does? Oh god, I clicked it and now I can't unclick it. I'm sorry. What do we have here now? 260 firewood times 4. No coats have been taken in yet. This still might give us enough, though. I don't relish the idea of trading away food equal to, like, oh, I'm overpaying by a lot now. Yeah, surprise, surprise. 2,500. You must trade an additional 260 units, so that's 233 peppers. And then, like, 14 eggs. Trade. Thanks for the apple seeds, jerk. Now my town's probably going to starve, but appreciate it nonetheless. All right, now. Work it. Yeah. There should be a worker here now. Oh, he already went to another farm. Okay. 2 of 2. 2 of 2. I only have 2 farms, don't I? Where did the other workers go? I don't get it. All right, well, we can take a laborer away or something. And we'll start working. We'll start making apples here. But anyway, 2 people are without a job. Yeah, no, that kind of makes sense. I don't know why we've got too many farmers that can actually to be placed anywhere, or we've got one too many farmers to be placed anywhere. It's this game sometimes. So we only need 1 of you, and then we can have. Why don't you just become a laborer if you've got no place to work? That's what I'm thinking. We'll put 1 of you bad boys, 2 of you bad boys into the mines. Congratulations. We have farmers 7 of 5. Well, let's crank that down to 5 of 5, shall we? Seems like a better idea to me. 9 hunters, 12 of 13 gatherers. Let's take 1 of the people away from the mines and put them out as a gatherer, just so I don't forget for the next episode. And let's just see. Okay, it's sorted out. All right. A little bit of a weird micro at the end there, but I hope you enjoyed the episode. We've now got a very nice pasture going here, which will hopefully produce an abundance of eggs and chickens for us. We bought some new seeds, so this orchard, which has produced like 700 food for us in the past, will start producing 700 apples. We can actually use those apples if we wanted to make beer, I guess, instead of eating them, but we'll see. Berries we probably get way more berries as a result of our gatherers. But in any case, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure to show your support. Click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.